a practicing Catholic, I see no reason why you want to buy that house.
No, as a devout Catholic, which obviously makes me the ultimate authority on your thoughts, morals, and weekend plans, let me go ahead and save you the trouble of thinking for yourself. I've got centuries of guilt, incense, and Latin chants backing me up so clearly I know best. Forget free will. I'll just bless you into submission.
It's just too much. But I really appreciate the thought. But anything beyond that, we just don't have the money. And I'm not going to pay for it. Okay?
Sounded like pure Walmart Karen energy, didn't it? That same I'm not paying for this attitude, right? Before security gets called like, girl, what bill you duckin' today? Anyway, what's up? It's your girl, J9E. Hit that like button, subscribe, share the video with your auntie and your nosy cousin, and definitely get in the comments, 'cause I need to know what y'all think about this circus. Into it? So here's the setup. They pull the heel out, the fire, the smoke clears, and boom, a blessing literally falls out the sky. A real opportunity drops at their feet. And from the outside looking in, baby, it's clear as day. This was divine timing. But the problem is, the folks on the inside ain't operating on faith. They operating on fear. Instead of recognizing the bridge, they standing at the edge talking about, but what if we fall? Ma'am, just walk. And here's where it gets messy. We got Mary Avant in the mix, right? She was one of the loudest voices criticizing Tiffany on her team, allegedly on the side of the people. So you'd expect her to see this blessing for what it is and support the move, right? Wrong. Sis got up and said she didn't want the township buying the Pope House either. Like, what now? We flipped the script again. Where is the logic? Mary said she thinks it's a bad idea. Wants the township to just pay bills and keep things how they are. Like, huh? What year you living in, baby? The bills ain't disappearing just because you freeze the moment. That house is going to get bought regardless. And if it's not y'all buying it, someone else will. And whoever that person is, they get to control what happens there, what kind of energy and traffic that property brings. And y'all just ... Okay with that? See, if y'all bought it, you could control the narrative. Use it for the community. Turn it into something powerful. But nah, some of y'all too busy clutching pearls and playing it safe to see the bigger picture. And I get is some people don't move unless somebody holds their hand. But Mary's position? Girl, we're gonna need to break that down next, 'cause her little speech, Chile, the math wasn't mathin' at all. Interview 253. I mean, I thought I was hearing wrong. Like, did she really just compare a house to a pimp? Said it gotta be paid every day? Girl, what? That analogy alone was insane. What she meant, think, was that a house requires upkeep. But every day, come on now, Mary, ain't nobody living in there. There's no dishes, no laundry, no folks flushing toilets. And they're not renting it out, sis. So what bills are you talking about? You scared of a porch light and a tiny electric bill? It's giving exaggeration. Like ghosts in there running. The dryer. Be serious. Now maybe they'd keep the air on just a little bit so the walls don't sweat and mildew doesn't creep in. But again, nobody's living there. You don't need water, you don't need gas, and if you're worried about bugs, close the damn windows. Boom, problem solved. But this woman's talking like it's a fully booked Airbnb with 10 guests a night. Like what? I mean, come on. When you just want to say no to something, you'll grab anything to make it sound logical. But it don't add up. And that's the problem. Even if someone else offered to buy it or cover it, she'd still say no. That's what it's giving. It's not about logistics. It's about stubbornness. Like the whole tone was off. She starts with, do we even have the money? Then flips and says, even if we do, like girl, so it's a no regardless. If we have a plan, still no. If someone pays the bills, still no. You just don't want to see the village have anything nice. Admit it. It's like the energy in that room is cursed with bare minimum mindset. Y'all don't want nice things. You don't want solutions. You want to look around and complain how dusty everything is, then block every single idea that could change it. You don't want progress. You want a scapegoat. You want to yell, ain't nobody got no ideas. But the second someone does have an idea, y'all shoot it down before they finish the sentence. What are we really doing here? Calls my name every day from garbage to God knows what. Ma'am, this ain't therapy. It's a township meeting. Let's stay on topic. She starts listing every vacant leadership role in the town like that. Somehow means we shouldn't buy a building. No police chief, no fire chief, no HR, no finance director, okay? And what does that have to do with a real estate opportunity? You want roads fixed. Great, but that's not mutually exclusive to investing in the future. The logic is just not computing. Then she pulls the ultimate Uno reverse card. As a practicing Catholic, I see no reason to buy that house. Girl, what? Since when did being Catholic come with zoning authority? This lady hit us with, I don't know you, but I spiritually object to your decision. If that's all it took, half the shady deals in America wouldn't exist. But here we are, listening to unsolicited sermons wrapped in passive-aggressive shade. The audacity is heavenly. Her vibe? It's giving, how dare you try to improve something without my confusion-based approval. She's mad the inside of the house doesn't look like it did when Father Pivos lived there. Like what? Ma'am. Time passes, paint peels, and the priest ain't coming back. Suggesting we pour money into the church instead, because the archdiocese can use it, is peak boomer logic. This isn't about nostalgia, about infrastructure. You can't run a village off vibes and vague religious guilt. Swerves into full neighborhood rant mode. Our alley is a mess. Our sewer has a big orange cone. The kids are in danger. Suddenly, it's a scene from Final Destination, Suburban Edition. She's worried about kids falling into sewer holes, but can't see how owning the property could provide funds or control to fix stuff like that. She's connecting random dots like it's a conspiracy chalkboard in her garage. And the final. Cherry. I drove by the house once. Don't want to go back. Oh, well, guess that settles it. Because you didn't feel like going back, nobody should invest in revitalizing it. She really said all this in one go. And I'm just here wondering how many other concerned citizens are out here blocking progress just because they can't understand change. Youthis ain't just dysfunction. It's performance art. Now. Here come the pearls and the passive aggression. This lady says, I'm not Catholic, but I can see why they may want to leave. Oh really? You don't believe in it? But suddenly you can interpret divine real estate logic. She starts imagining how, if she were a devout, kneel-every-hour Catholic, she'd understand why folks revere the Pope House like it's the Bethlehem Airbnb girl, the mental gymnastics, Olympic level. Because apparently, if the Pope lived there, that means the house was handpicked by God himself. Watched over, monitored, anointed by the one who shall not be named. It's giving Vatican vibes with a side of delusion. But the real kicker, she seems bothered that these people which ones might benefit from something so sacred. That's when you realize this ain't about budget. It's about control, her energy. That venom-coated tone we've all heard before. The one you're walking your dog, and someone's looking at you like, do you belong in my zip? Code. Her voice says community, but her eyes say gentrify elsewhere. It's always hidden in concern, but it drips with that Don single quotes T-touch-my-historic-shrine energy. It's always the same script, spiritual gatekeeping with a dash of superiority. Then she does a full 180 first. It's, I don't see why y'all would want that house. Then it's, we just don't have the money. Which is it, Annette? Is it spiritually offensive, financially irresponsible, or just inconvenient for your HOA newsletter? Because every time she runs out of one excuse, she pulls out another. It's like watching someone play whack-a-mole with bad faith arguments. And the grand finale, she proudly declares, I'm not going to pay for it. Ma'am, nobody asked you to. This is a township, not a bake sale. You're not being invoiced. The way she says it, though, I'm not going to pay for it with that defiance. Giving peak Walmart Karen. You can almost hear the store manager being paged in the background. ECAC sounded just like a Walmart Karen, didn't it? I'm not going to pay for it. Like that was some kind of mic drop moment. Sis really thought she ate, but you could feel the awkward tension in the room. Everybody behind her heard the same nonsense we did, and that silence, that was the loudest part, crickets. Not a clap, not a nod, nothing. Just the breeze from her walking off like she evaporated mid-rant, the real joke. That little we just don't have the money excuse. Girl, if you're gonna lie, at least keep the tone consistent. Don't hit us with, we just can't afford it, in your soft church lady voice, and then snap into, and I'm not paying for it, like you just flipped a table. That wasn't budgeting talk. That was petty talk. You're not being asked to pay. Karen, calm down. You're not the village treasurer. This is what I don't get. What do these people want? Because every time progress shows up, they treat it like Jehovah's Witnesses at the door. Just hating, blocking, resisting. This ain't about money. This is about mindset. Some folks just don't want to be helped. You know that don't save her. She don't want to be saved energy. That's exactly what this feels like. A whole town full of potential, and people too bitter to see it. And don't get it twisted, this new mayor, she's not playing. Her intentions? Solid. Her team? Focused. The board holding folks accountable like it's a sport. And you know, if something shady was going down, Ballure would have been the first one to snatch the mic. Ain't nothing quiet about her. Which tells me everything's being checked, signed, sealed, and reviewed. So what's the problem? The problem is folks like her just rolling up, poisoning the room with negativity, and acting like their salty opinion is gospel. Tired, and it's dragging the whole village down. The truth is, they don't want solutions. They want drama. They want to stay mad, stay stuck, and blame everybody else for why nothing changes. And I'm just over here watching like, ... Really? This is what y'all doing? But guess what? It didn't even matter what she thought, because they did it anyway. Bought the house, signed, sealed, done. So, yes, ma'am, you were paying for it. With your taxes, with your complaints, with your bitter little speeches that no one asked for. Sorry, actually. I'm not even sorry, I'm not sorry. That's how deep it is. Because when your energy is that toxic, you don't deserve nice things. You don't even recognize nice when it's handed to you on a silver platter. You'd throw the platter on the ground and complain that it was too shiny. Like, girl, he's trying to give the village something solid and you're too busy trying to sabotage it like it's a competition. It's exhausting. You ever seen someone cut off their own nose to spite their face? Welcome to Dolton. This whole situation is the physical manifestation of that phrase. She wanted to block progress so bad, she messed up her own block just to do it. That's how deep the hate runs. And now she's standing there with no nose, no win, and no point made. Just noise. This is America's energy right now. Folks out here destroying their own lives just to prove some petty point that nobody even asked about, then crying when the mess hits back? It's like, did you think you could throw rocks at the sky and not get rained on? Nah, baby, you gone, feel it. And now every single day, somebody finding out the hard way. I shouldn't laugh, but I do. I really do. Mama's done begging y'all to see the light. You want to touch the stove? Touch it. Burn. Learn. Repeat. But don't say nobody tried to tell you. Mama loves you, but she's tired. Peace.